Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you what is in our car camping tote. We started this tote back when the kids were very little and we first started camping. We weren't sure quite what to bring, so I brought what we thought we needed. And then as time went on, I started making a list every time we would go camping of what we needed and what we forgot and all of that kind of stuff. And then it came out to this huge list that I now have printed like this. And that includes the extras to camp, not only what's in this tote, but the extras that we pack along too, along with what's in our backpack and extra food that we want to keep with us at all times. So I hope the video is okay, that you're in my garage. I need to repack, we just came back from camping. And I'm hoping that the audio, I'll move you closer a little. I hope the audio is okay because we've got cars passing and in order to get enough light in here, I had to open the garage door. So anyway, let's get going. This tote is 102 liters or 27 gallons. We actually got this tote at Lowe's and it has one of these kind of lids that sit in, which is nice. I like that this little groove top is here only because we have another tote that we also take with us. And when you take the lid off, you can set it sideways and then this becomes a little table for you inside your tent. So it holds all the stuff and it doesn't slide off. Okay, so in the tote, frying pan. We opted for this pan, which hindsight, we kind of wish we had two pans, but this one works well. It just doesn't work well for like flipping pancakes because the side is deep. But we opted for one pan, cast iron, and we don't use this straight on the fire. We actually use it on either a camping tripod or we use it on our propane burner stove because I don't want it to ruin the cast iron. We've done it with another pan. I just want it to stay nice. But the cast iron pan that's deeper, we are looking to get a lid for it, but it can cook chilies and soups along with pretty much everything else that we eat. That goes in the tote. I'm not gonna go in on like how I quite pack the tote, but you'll figure it out because you won't need all of this stuff. This is just what we found we needed, and we're still paring down now that we don't have the kids with us anymore. So we have an extra tarp that we bring with. This one is a 6x8. Only because we've had issues where our tent failed and where the big screen is over the middle of the tent, this will cover most of it. Or if we need it for like I guess in front of our tent where we took off all of our shoes. We've since just bought a new tent, so I don't know, it just stays in there. It's emergency. We've never used it, but it stays in there. Okay, that goes in. I'm gonna try to pack it as I go. So we just picked these up from our friends. These are like, they're throwaway, but they're so nice that they're now in our kit. So plates, we've pared it down to two. These we got at like Dollar Tree, Walmart for like literally $1 for like 4 or 6. We have those. We have a Frisbee. Now my husband and I don't play Frisbee, but if you have kids, Frisbee's great. You know what else it's great for? Fanning the fire. People are like, you can use your plates to do that as well. But sometimes you just can't get a fire started. You want to fan the fire. That's in there. We travel with a dog. So we have a dog tie-out. This is longer than 5-6 feet. But when you wrap it around the tree, it pretty much does most of the camping area and isn't too long. And we actually found a second one that was left at a campsite because someone didn't clean up their campsite. So we have this one now and this one we just used this weekend and it worked really well. So we keep those in there. What else? Okay. We have one of these camping pots that has a lid, which you just heard bang earlier. What we use this pot for mostly is boiling water. So this is our dirty water pot. So like if we need to go to a river or the potable water at the campsites, this is what we use to heat that up. We usually use it for dishes and what have you. We don't really cook in this because our cast iron pan is thick enough that we can do that. It does sit on the fire, but this is kind of our dirty water pot. When I pack the tote, I pack things in it. So it has, this isn't the one that we prefer to use, but it has 7th generation soap. It usually has some sort of sunscreen, bug spray, cooking spray, and then that doesn't go in there. This is what we use now, which is a pure Castile soap. And because this can clean our hair, our body, our food, dishes, like it cleans everything, and it's environmentally friendly. So that kind of goes in there. And then we have extra tent stakes. These are very, very cheap. But sometimes if we had to use the tarp, we would have extra tent stakes that we could do. So we have that all in here. And this all packs a certain way, so I'm trying to keep it that way. We have, this was ours to cook hot dogs and marshmallows on. Yes, we only had one. But again, the same dirty campsite had 2 of these laying around that we almost stepped on with our bare feet because we were bare feet campers. And so, hey, we picked them up and threw them in. We also have a hatchet, and we made sure that it had some sort of thick back on here because when you're chopping up kindling or you're making kindling out of the stuff that you get, it's nice to have a flat area and back where you can actually push down different things. So we've used this to hammer in tent stakes. We don't have a mallet with us. This is what we use to hammer in tent stakes and chop our wood and what have you. Camping shovel. We just picked this up this year, but you always want to leave a cold trail. So if you are camping, even if you leave a site that has a fire ring, please extinguish your fire with dirt and then add some water to put it out, please, because you know Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent forest fires. 2 cereal bowls. We take 2 cups. These are the Dollar Tree, cups that are cheap. This year we actually picked up these mugs that have lids because we found that there was a place that had flies super, super bad, and it has been nice to be able to cap this. Or we actually flip this over and use it for our spoon when we make tea, and then it just sits out as a little coaster. So we've got those 2. This is our clean water pot. So we've taken out the inside. We don't use coffee. We use this only for clean water. So we will bring water from home because the potable water tastes like, and it doesn't taste good with tea, and we love tea. We also love hot cocoa. So this is only used for clean water. We don't cook anything in that either. For soups, what we end up doing is we dump the cans of like Campbell's in here, and then we add water to it and stir it until it's thick enough. What usually goes in here that I pack is earplugs because wow, one camping trip and I was like, give me some earplugs. And clothespins, those go in there. Clothesline, we have one that has a carabiner on it and it's not super long, but we can tie it around a tree and then just kind of snap together. So we've got one of those. We have extra clothesline in the form of this. And these we actually had to cut to tie a tarp over our tent. So these were lines that we actually cut. Our old tent, Old Faithful, died 2 camping trips ago. So another one is coming from Amazon and we'll do a video on that. And then we have this extra cheap poly cord. I don't know why we have all this cord, but one day we're gonna need all this cord and my husband's gonna be thankful that I have it. We also have we buy these little, I guess travel carabiner, I don't know, sunscreens. That goes in there. I started packing conditioner inside here because with all of the soap, then I have my conditioner. We also pack batteries because we have appliances that take batteries sometimes, AA's, AAA's. We used to pack D's when we had the air mattress, but now we've glamped it up to cots, so we don't need that anymore. We also have a lighter, and we also carry a flashlight, which I'm pretty sure is in the house on the table. We also pack, all that goes into this, and that fits in our tote. We also have, sorry, I just don't want to lose things. Cards. We have 2 decks of cards because we had when the boys would want to play and then we would want to play, and then we also bring Phase 10. So that and the Frisbee plus just going through and finding things, that was plenty enough for them to do. Okay, ponchos. These came in so handy. We were actually on a hike, and in the middle of the hike, it poured rain. So we take a day pack when we go, and ponchos. Ponchos. First aid kit. You want to get a decent first aid kit. So this one, it doesn't have, sorry, the traffic's horrible. This one doesn't have everything we want, but it has a majority of the stuff that we could come across. Itch relief, pain relief, bug bites, burns, scrapes, things like that, and instant cold packs. You want to get something decent. Don't skimp on first aid kits, especially if you're going to be doing this for a while. Foil. A lot of times when we cook on the grates at the campsite, or we cook on our tripod, we'll use foil down, and then that is a clean surface that we can set our stuff on, like hamburgers, and we won't have to use a pan. And plus, if you have leftovers, you can wrap it in this too. I keep an extra bag, a large bag, and we also have a small pack of like the Glad, I guess, quart-size bags for leftovers and whatnot. We also this year went ahead and purchased a portable shower. We also keep an extra towel. This is a ratty old towel that has like holes and stuff in it because we've had our tents flood and we've had to soak up water and then dry it, or we use it sometimes at the entrance to put all of our shoes on. It has been used if we forget towels. Sometimes we've used it for a bath towel. It has served its purpose. And what I usually do with these towels then is I wrap our propane tanks, and we always bring 2 propane tanks. If one, like this one we just got done using, is like maybe this full, like we're gonna go purchase another tank and we'll carry 3. We always carry 2 full tanks because we never know how wet it's gonna be, how much cooking we're gonna have to do. I try to plan according to the weather, but that's not always possible. So I usually wrap these in a towel so that they don't bang against each other, just like my own sanity and safety. And then we also bring, I bought this pack at Walmart. It was like one of these glove hot pads, 2 of these hot pads, and a towel. So we bring those. And then I always bring extra wash rags and extra towels. Excuse me. These I just got done washing from our camping trip. You never can have enough towels and wash rags, I'm telling you. We also bring a bunch of Walmart bags. So usually when we go, if we need something in the middle of camping, we always save the bags, and those get tucked in. And these actually are what we use for trash bags. We don't bring in like actual regular trash bags because we have so many of these. And every night we dump our trash so that it doesn't bring in coons, or we pop it in the car if we need to, but these are great. They all just shove down. We went and bought a Citronella Candle. The mosquitoes were so bad at a campsite, we're just like, you know what, Citronella time. So that, all right. Wipes. You can use baby wipes, or we actually had these Clorox wipes. I know, right? Gold in the pandemic time. We have wipes for when we use the bathroom. We can come back and sanitize. Like I said, you can use baby wipes, but they're not going to be antiseptic. So when you get done with the bathroom, you can either wash your hands with soap and water and then dry off, or what have you. But we use those. I didn't realize I had them in there until I was looking around. All right. We keep a hygiene container. That's the best I can say. So in here, I usually keep extra earplugs, and feminine products for you ladies. Right now I use a disc, so that's way better. I only have to bring a bottle of water with me when I go to the bathroom. But I do have extras just in case of other things. I have contacts, so I have a little contact solution and a little carry case, so I don't have to like keep grabbing everything from my bathroom. We literally can grab this tote, sleeping bags, tent, pillows, and we're out. Ibuprofen, and then we have these little, we have a razor, we have toothpaste, and then we found these little toothbrushes, and they just kind of fold. Everybody's is labeled, but they just pop out, and then there's your handle. So everybody's is labeled so you don't use the wrong one. Even though I don't have the kids with me anymore, I do have all 4 of them in here still. And this is kind of this gets left out most of the time we're there. A tablecloth that we bring, and we found these metal tablecloth clips. They actually come in like a pack of 12, and you only really need 6, so we shared some with a friend of ours who they're just now building their tote with their kids. We bring a roll of shop towels because that's what we had on hand. We don't really use paper towels that much, but these are like fluffier and fuzzier, so you can use them to wash down if you needed to, even though I packed plenty of wash rags. One of those wash rags, well, 2, one for my husband, one for me. We don't like using the same one, it's weird. And then we use one for dishes, and then we have all these towels. A little Tupperware tub. This is one from Take-Alongs from Walmart. This has everything in it that we need silverware wise and more. We did not pare this down because I figured it all still fits in here, so we have extra if somebody else at another campsite needs it or whatever. We have a metal one, we have a plastic one, and basically these were all like, we had gotten these when we first got married and we like upgraded, so we just put it all in a camping tote. But I have our lighter that we use for the fire and everything in there. We do have that spare lighter if we need it. And then we have like a can opener, some tongs, wooden spoons. We have a spatula that is silicone, and it all fits in this. So I know where all my silverware is all the time. We also bring a bag of stuff. This has a container of sugar. It also has a container of spices that we got from Walmart, like one of these don't get it, they suck, bring your own spices. And then we have a bag in here that's also got teas and like the Kool-Aid drink mixes that go in the water and all of that kind of good stuff. A large bowl. So again, this was one of the dollar stuff. It came with the plates, like we just kind of bought a set of everything. We use this for washing our hands, for rinsing our dishes, and all of that good stuff. This year we bought a portable sink. So it has the little piece that comes out. Maybe I need to wash that before I put it out. And it pops down, I don't remember how many. It holds probably 2 of our little, let me just pop it out. 2 of our blue pots of dirty water. Like 2 of those. Come on. It doesn't go together very well, but it's probably, that deep. So that is what we pack in our tote. We also purchased this year because the dog, we used to carry like dog food in a bag in here, but we upgraded to this doohickey that we found over at Cabela's. It actually has a little portable food bowl. Not quite a fan, it doesn't hold up very well, but this thing's great because the lid pops off, and there's actually 2 sides through here where one you can fill up with water, one you can fill up with food, and when you take your dog hiking, then you have everything that you need, and they're not drinking your water and what have you. They have their own little thing, and you can put snacks and treats and all that in there too. So that will somehow fit in there too. So here's kind of the extra things that we have. You can look through and see what you would want to take, what you don't want to take, what you think is necessary, but this is what we take all the time. It's constantly packed. The reason why I'm doing this video now is because when we get back from a camping trip, we unload this, repack it nicely because it doesn't always get packed nicely. We refill like the sugar, and stuff that we need, the teas that we've drank. We make sure that all of the towels and wash rags and stuff are all washed. Usually the sink is washed. But then we repack it and we set it aside with our camping stuff. And all of our camping stuff sits on one like gray shelving unit, and we just basically load that all up into my tiny little Prius and we hit the road. So I'm gonna put a link for this in there, and then what I've done is put it in like a little plastic sleeve. And sometimes I'll carry a Sharpie marker. I just kind of look through the list now, but I used to, when the kids were younger, we would check off everything, and it was something we could do together to make sure that we had everything in here. But no, there's also a spot in here for backpacks, so make sure that you look through the backpack list and pack what's in the backpack, because a friend of ours did not pack what was in the list. They didn't pack pants, they didn't pack a sweatshirt, and in the morning we had to go buy a sweatshirt. And we had to go buy some pants, because you never know when you need pants and a sweatshirt. Just pack it, just do it. All right, I hope that video was helpful. I'll be back with another video on the rest of the stuff that we are taking with us now to glamp. Now that we don't have children and we can upgrade from the essentials. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.